dance. I can't play an instrument. Well, the one thing that I can do is I can talk, as some of you may know. So I decided to take this opportunity to take this as an open mic. One of my good buddies is a stand-up comedian. He's invited me to a comedy club many times before, but I always turn him down. So hopefully this might break my fear. So just to prove to you that I can tell stories, not as well as Wesley. Wesley tells stories 10 times better than I can. Here's a story about, raise your hand and be honest with me. Who here, and don't play with me here, who here has had a stalker? Raise your hand.
Oh my God.
Half of us have had stalkers. True story. When I was 19, I got hired as a bank teller, and then I moved up to personal banker. I used to work inside of a Safeway, and I met this blonde woman at the deli. She actually looked at me with those seductive eyes. I said, yo. So I walked up to her, she turns around, and she looked like Farrah Fawcett on methamphetamine. So I threw up a little bit in my mouth. I said, clean up on aisle 5. And without fail, for 18 straight months, she'd walk by the bank every day and wave at me. So I took some disability time off for mental health issues. But really, but you know, she must have saw something in me, even though she was, well into her 50s and looked like she fell out of the ugly tree, hit every branch on the way down. But she must have saw something in me. She must have thought that I was beautiful, or something like that, right? But I thought to myself, I'm not beautiful. I'm really not. Like, let's be honest here. I'm not tall. I got a little bit of acne going on. I mean, who finds me sexy? Raise your hand. No one raises your hand. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Don't lie. Don't lie to me. The reason being, I do not personify sexiness. There's 3 things that women look for in a man. What are they?
Confidence.
No. Please.
Money.
The reason why I'm not sexy, but he is because he's tall, he's dark, and he's handsome. But here's the thing, though. He and I have something in common. No. We're both Chinese. But why is it that he's sexy and I'm not? So I decided to do a little something. I decided to go out and do a social experiment. I went to the nightclub, got freshed up, fresh to death. I fist pumped all night. I walked up to a group of white females. I said, yo, baby, I was just checking off across the room, and, I thought you were looking good. Would you like, would you like to hit the dance floor? She said, ew. Ew. So I said, you know what? I gotta change this up, all right? I gotta change it up. I'm gonna talk to some Asian females, right? Right? Yeah. So I walked up there with my swag, right? How about that bitch? My swag. I said, yo, I just want to say, and she was like, I'm dancing with my girl's ew. So I realized I can't get white females. I can't even get Asian females, right? Like, what's wrong with me? So I decided to try something new. I decided to try something new. So I tried online dating, right? So my cousin was on my profile and he found this girl and he said, yo, I'm gonna hook you up on a blind date. Who knows what a blind date is? Right. So my date was blind, so she couldn't see me. So I definitely had a chance, right? Yeah, she never showed up. So, I thought of the idea of, you've got to stand out. You've got to be exotic, yes? Exotic. So, I thought to myself, what draws, women to, men who are exotic? Am I right? Any female volunteer? Raise your hand. Female? Beautiful lady, please, come up here.
Come on up.
Round of applause. Come on, get right up here. Get up here. So say you're at the bar, having a drink, doing what you do, right? Oh my God, you're so tall. You're so tall, right? The man walks up to you. next to you and says, pardon me, love, I just want to say that I noticed you across the room. I thought you were beautiful. Actually, let me buy you a drink. Will that be all right? That was sexy, wasn't it? Oh my God. Oh my God. No.
Got me at the drink. He's like,
Right? Or, for example, if I walked into her and said, pardon me, mademoiselle, I know you from across this room. I want to say that you something open Paris. I pick you up a croissant, maybe go get some coffee. I will take you to meet mademoiselle. Would that be okay? Now, was that sexy? Yeah? Now, if I walked up to you at a bar and I did this. Hey, girl. You are the soul. I am so smart. I make us the women. If I did this, what the hell, nigga, never so ugly. I can do it for you. I can do a nail for you. Now, how do I make it feel? Have a seat.
Go ahead.
Why is the European accent sexy, but the Asian accent is not? You know why? Who knows the answer? None of you do. The reason being is because these are internalized and institutionalized forms of racism. So you know what? But it's okay, because who honestly doesn't believe racism exists? Cool. That's cool. I like that. So to prove that racism still exists, who's heard of the Troy Davis case? Raise your hand. Troy Davis was a man in Georgia who was a security guard at a Burger King and broke up a fight. Witnesses say that he shot and killed an off-duty police officer. Off-duty or on-duty?
He was off duty.
He was a cop. No weapon found. Convicted of murder. Sent to the on death row. 20 years later, 7 witnesses recant their testimony, saying that, you know what, we were pressured by prosecutors. Man's innocent. He proclaimed he was innocent, and he was executed. He was killed. If you don't know, David Crow, also in Georgia, was a man who worked at a lumber yard and killed his boss. He shot him 3 times and beat him over the head with a crowbar. Convicted of murder, sent to death row. He said that he experienced profound remorse and said he was suffering from cocaine withdrawals, and he was granted clemency. If you don't know, David Crow was a white man. Troy Davis was murdered for a crime that he says he didn't commit. David Crow was free from execution for a crime he admitted that he committed. Here's another example that I want to show to you all, so you just know how messed up our system is. Alexandria, Virginia, the CEO of what has been one of the nation's largest privately held mortgage lenders, was sentenced to 3 years in prison for his role in a $3 billion fraud scheme that officials called one of the biggest corporate frauds in U.S. history. The 41 sentence for Paul Allen is slightly less than 6-year term sought by federal prosecutors. Wow. You can probably guess what skin color he was.
White.
Well, I won't comment on that, but... So I read another story. A homeless man, his name was Roy Brown. You probably can guess what he was.
Brown.
He robbed a Louisiana bank and took a $100 bill. After feeling remorseful, he surrendered to police the next day. The judge sentenced him, well, I'll hold off on that, but I'll let you know that the teller handed Brown 3 stacks of bills. He only took one $100 bill. Just took one. But he returned the remaining back to the teller. He said, I'm homeless and I'm hungry, and he walked out. The next day, he surrendered to police and said his mother didn't raise him that way. He told police he needed the money to stay at a detox center, had no other place to stay, and he was hungry. The judge sentenced him to 15 years in federal prison. So before you all leave, before I'm out of here, I want you to know that you got to really think about what's going on, and know that you are all beautiful on the inside. Give yourselves a round of applause for being beautiful.